The following is a paid advertisement. The views expressed are the sole responsibility of the advertiser.
I'm attorney Justin Clark. Coming up just ahead on You Have Real Estate, Ocala, a great place to buy, but also a great place to invest. Is professional photography necessary when you're selling your house? Also, very special guest, Miss Florida, will be here as You Have Real Estate continues. Your debt does not have to control your life. You have the power to potentially lower or even eliminate your debt. I'm attorney Justin Clark. Call me now for a free consultation or visit youhavepower.com and take back control of your financial life. Welcome to You Have Real Estate with me, attorney Justin Clark. Whether you're a first-time home buyer, seasoned investor, or even looking to sell your home, this next 30 minutes is designed just for you. Think of it like hitting multiple open houses off from your living room with my attorney advice throughout the way. Any questions whatsoever during the program, the phone number will be here the entire time, 407-205-0400. I'm super excited about this show today. You'll know why here in a couple of minutes. If you want to get pre-approved right now to start your house hunt, you're looking to buy the house for your family, Dallas Lehman is standing by at that very same phone number as well. Give him a call right now. I'll be happy to talk to you right now. Great show in store for you, but first, the opening statement. We're talking a lot about this real estate market on this program and how some people are getting priced out of Orlando. What do you do in that position? A lot of us are investors in the Orlando area and you can't find anything to buy, to flip, or to rent in the Orlando area. What do you do? I have a place for you to go. I have someone for you to talk to about an affordable house, still affordable now, and an affordable investment in real estate for you as well. Also, we have a lot of real estate agents that watch the program, and a lot of you are thinking about selling your house. How important are the photos that you take? Can you just take your iPhone out and snap some photos, or should you have professional photos made? We will address that as well. And finally, today we will be joined by a good friend of ours who happens to be Miss Florida. She's off to Miss America as well. Juliette will join us at the end of the program. A lot of questions to answer together, and we will do so by asking real questions. Every weekend here on the program, we ask real questions to the truly trend-setting people in Central Florida's real estate community. Kick it off today. Return guest, good friend, Elisha Lopez, Ocala Realty World is here. Hello, Elisha, how are you?
Wonderful.
You brought a friend with you today, and I'm super excited. You introduced her. How about that?
Awesome.
Who is this?
Melissa Lebron.
Melissa is here. You guys work together up in Ocala, and I think it's important. And on the show here recently, Elisha, we've been talking about people are priced out sometimes of Orlando, and where do they go? And we've been talking about what a great place Ocala is, the whole Marion County area, but also we've been comparing prices. When you look at Orlando versus Ocala, how do they compare?
39.8% lower in Marion County.
9.8% lower. And that's incredible, especially with the rates pretty high right now. When you start talking about saving money on that purchase price, we're talking about making a house really going from affordable or unaffordable to affordable at some point. Because at the end of the day, when you're buying a house, it's PITI, right? Principal, interest, taxes, insurance. And that is what we're gonna pay for per month for our house. And there's only a certain amount we can afford. And when you have the purchase price going up along with interest rates, it can make a house unaffordable. Ocala is affordable now, but we're also talking about investing in Ocala also. Melissa, what we're seeing in the Orlando area is these investors who have made a living on real estate, investing in real estate, say, Justin, I can't find anything right now that I can make money off of, whether it's to rent it or to flip it. What's going on with the investment world up in Ocala?
In Ocala right now, when it comes to investment, you can still find affordable properties like a duplex right now. I have a listing on a duplex for $270,000. 2-bedroom, 1-bath. When it comes down to the rental, you could rent each unit for $1,400. So that's $2,800 a month on a $270,000 investment.
Yeah, and we'll put this one on the screen up right now too. It's Northeast 38th Street in Ocala. A duplex, which is a fantastic investment because literally you're renting two different sides of it. But when you start comparing the price of this, $270, what do you think the price of this duplex would be down here in Orlando?
Easily, I've seen it for $400,000.
Really? And that difference makes all the difference in the world when you're an investor and you're looking at your return on investment, makes a huge difference. Here's what I would like to do. I'm going to put a QR code on the screen for you right now. This will connect you directly with Ocala Realty World to talk about buying your home, a dream home that's affordable up in the beautiful Ocala, Marion County area. Or also, if you want to invest up there, the QR code will take you directly to Elisha with Ocala Realty World. Or use the old school phone number if you'd like to, 407-205-0400. You do a lot of property management as well. How do you feel about someone who has some investment properties that they're renting? And they're like, you know what, I'll just handle it myself versus turning it over to a professional like you?
When it comes down to property management, I have had clients that they're like, Melissa, my phone blows up at the middle of the night. I can't go on vacation. You know, the minimal investment for me, for us at Ocala Realty World to manage your property, it's pretty much anything. Because when it comes to pricing, you take the property, we take it. We pretty much give you a study on the property. You might be lowering your rent because you had that tenant forever.
Yeah.
So they come to Ocala Realty World. I go ahead and make an inventory of what you have and pretty much price it where it needs to be at. So your cost, well, at one of my clients, they don't have a cost at all.
And also, I think what people underestimate when it comes to hiring a great property management manager like you is your relationships with vendors over time really save them not just time, but money as well.
I have vendors 24/7, AC, I have my AC guys, I have electricians, plumbers. I pick up my phone, call them, they're there 24/7. My phone rings, I have a dedicated line for emergencies. The tenant knows me and they text me, call me, I'm available. Never had any issues, been doing this for 20 plus years.
Yeah, and when you talk about Ocala Realty World, you work with investors, of course, when they're buying properties, and you have to have that conversation. Do you want to manage it yourself or have us do it? But it's kind of a game changer for your brokerage that you can help an investor buy a property, but then turn it over right in-house to the property management side as well. Yeah. How do those two work together?
Well, I mean, it's just completely flows together.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like that whole concierge service. And then they're always excited because like, oh, I don't have to do that.
Right.
And, oh, I don't have to worry about anything. So that's huge. And that when you can trust somebody that's actually going to do it and not like take all the rent, because that's a big concern.
Yeah, I mean, property management is its own world when it comes to real estate. You don't want to really get someone who's just dabbling in it. When it comes to property manager, you need someone like Melissa who knows what they're doing. It's very, very important. And commercial real estate in Ocala as well. I mean, when you're talking about investing, don't sleep on commercial real estate and a lot of investment opportunities in Ocala also. Melissa, tell me about this Northeast 44th Street.
That's a great property we have. Any mechanics, any contractors, especially new construction that are looking to relocate their business or open up their own business and go on their own, this property is perfect for the pricing. It's huge property. It's available for showing. If they have any questions, they want to move in, give us a call.
And at $800,000, again, I think that this property down in the Orlando area is going to be significantly more expensive than that. I mean, you can buy this for owner use, but you could also rent it out, and I think probably make money at that price point as well.
Go ahead and somebody buy it, divide it, and rent out the unit separately.
I love it. Melissa, what a pleasure it was to meet you. Bring her back. She's good. I like talking to her.
Yes.
Come back anytime. How was that?
Sounds good.
Elisha Lopez, always a pleasure to see you as well. Ocala Realty World really kind of changing the game, I think, in Ocala real estate. But what they're doing also for those of us that live more in the city center of Orlando is informing you that there are other investment tools, and their housing up in the Ocala and Marion County area is significantly less. So don't sleep on Ocala. The QR code right here on the screen, they would be happy to show you properties up there, residential, commercial, whatever you're looking for. Ocala Realty World. Quick break. How important are those photos on your listing when you're selling a house as you have real estate? Continue. When it comes to your investment strategy, there's only one place that we turn. It is Fortress Wealth Group. The QR code for Fortress is right here on the screen, but even better yet, joined by its leader, John Ledford. John, how are you, sir? Good to see you.
I'm great. Thank you so much. Thanks for having me today.
They kept tech is dead. Tech is dead. Is tech dead?
Tech is definitely not dead. Absolutely not. Tech is thriving and well.
It's the AI thing has just come out of nowhere, huh? What's going on?
You know, crazy. The last 6 months, the creator of ChatGPT, OpenAI, they're now the fastest growing company in the world. More subscribers than anyone before them, and launched from 0 to hundreds of millions of users almost overnight. And really, when you think about what goes into AI, and AI being commonplace, not just something we talk about, but something we use, the one thing AI thrives on are computer chips. And so you've got all these tech companies that are in the chip business that are now being propelled by this totally new type of industry and business out there.
And when you are strategizing about investment, having someone like you is so important to have the foresight as to what is going on in this world.
Well, you know, there are a lot of different ways to invest. And I have this conversation with clients and comrades, you know, quite often about what's the right way to invest. And the answer is there is no one right way to invest. And so we like to be a little bit agnostic in our strategy. So some passive, some active, some opportunistic. We think that's the best approach for most investors. And this would definitely fall into that opportunistic bucket. If you've got assets that are coming in, you have an asset sale, or you have money that's sitting on the sideline, what do you do with it? Well, you want to fill up your normal buckets first, but on the opportunistic side, I don't think there's any better place, you know, to be investing for someone who has long time frame, a lot of risk tolerance than potentially in artificial intelligence.
Great job, John. Keep up the good work. The best strategy that you can have right now is to call Fortress Wealth Group, hit the QR code on the screen. You will not be disappointed. That's what we did. Are you worried about your student loan payments? I don't blame you. The great news for you is now we have more options than ever. Go to our website, youhavepower.com, to find out what options may exist for you and your student loans. Do I ever have a very special gift for you today? Compliments our good friends over at Universal Roof and Contracting. 15% off your roofing job. The roof is the most important part of your house. No doubt about it. Welcome my good friends as always, Justin and Corey. Hi, how are you today?
Good, man, good. Thank you.
The roof is the most important part of the house, but sometimes deciding who your roofing company is going to be is the most important decision as well. Culture is everything. Sure. When determining who's going to do your roofing job, Universal, the culture over there blows me away. Trustworthy. Tell me about the culture at Universal.
Yeah, I mean, 30 years in the making, right? Family-owned, veteran-owned, same name and ownership over the past 3 decades. We're so proud to be so rooted in Orlando, and we have offices in Jacksonville and Southwest Florida. But the honest approach, the integrity we carry, working transparently with insurance companies and homeowners alike. I mean, we approach roofing the way an honest company really should.
Trusted by some of the biggest sports teams in Florida as well.
That's right. That's right. We this past season we were the one of the partners with the Jacksonville Jaguars, which was awesome. They had a great season this year too. And then just coming next month, the XFL, the Orlando Guardians. We are the official roofer for the Orlando Guardians, so we're excited to go out to those games and see everybody there. So it'll be great.
A roof can be expensive. You created great programs to make this roof not cost prohibitive for me.
Yeah, I mean, last thing we're going to do is take food off people's plates to afford a roof. So we have a ton of flexible financing plans that just keeps things very liquid for homeowners, even if they don't want to use their own money, even if they have it at the time, you know, so we offer that as well for every roof replacement.
I have this QR code on the screen right now. Get your phone out or go to their website, but the QR code will go directly to Justin and Corey, and literally you get 15% off. But guys, you're going to come to my house and tell me what I really need, honestly.
Absolutely, yeah. Free inspection, first of all. It does cost nothing for us to come out. We're going to sit down with you, hear what you like about your roof, what you don't like about your roof, what problems you've had, and come up with a custom scope of work that makes sense for you.
Always a pleasure to see you both. There's only one company we trust when it comes to roofing. That is Universal Roof and Contracting. Welcome back to the program. Alicia rejoins us. Alicia, thanks for sticking around for a minute. And for the first time, welcome to the program, Mohsin Manji. How are you, sir?
I'm good. How are you?
Photographer.
Yes.
How important are the photos, you think, when someone's listing a house, whether it's commercial, real estate, or residential, whatever? How important are the photos that we put on the MLS?
Yeah, I mean, if they weren't important, let's just put it that way, I wouldn't have a job and I wouldn't be so busy, right? But first impressions make a ton of a difference, of course, in life and also in real estate.
Yeah.
The potential buyer only has a few seconds to make that decision or opinion about their dream home, and we help try and translate that for the realtor.
Yeah, I mean, we all put our listings on MLS, of course, and the pictures are there. I mean, how important, Alicia, as a real estate agent, do you think that the pictures really are in that listing agreement?
The most important.
Right.
Yes, like you said, first impressions are everything. So you got one shot to catch them and
Got
get
it.
it right.
So, how do we take good photos? I mean, how does someone really? Well, what's the difference in me taking my iPhone out and doing that versus your professional photos?
Of course. So I have a huge background and passion in photography, so it all boils down to the principles. If you're taking a photo with your phone, it's usually at an angle or it's a little dark and things are overexposed or underexposed. So we bring in the technicalities of photography, so the lines, the symmetry, all of the beautiful exposure to try and make a really nice photograph. So that way your eyes have a flow, everything, it catches nicely. Basically.
Now, Alicia does a lot of, and people don't think about investing in Ocala and Marion County. They all think Disney World, but Ocala and Marion County is becoming a huge area for investors to do Airbnb because of all the horse stuff going on up there.
Yep.
And people think, okay, if I'm putting my house for sale on MLS, I need professional photos. But if I'm just doing Airbnb, whatever, photography is important even on these short-term rental websites as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think we've made a name for ourselves in being one of the only real estate media companies to specialize in Airbnb. About 30% of our business comes from that every month.
Really?
Yeah, and those photos are so important because, as you know, the Airbnb market's so overly saturated, so you have to kind of stand out on the platform. Not only does your price point have to be right, but your photos have to kind of stand out. So we have specialized add-ons and packages specifically for short-term rentals.
I can tell you're passionate about what you do.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
It always inspires me when I hear someone super passionate. What's the name of your company? What's the website?
Florida Home Photo. Very
Florida.
simple.
That's
We're
a
in
good
Florida,
one, too.
we photograph homes, and we do it well.
Yeah. What all do you do? So I know you do
Yeah.
residential, you do some commercial, you have some
Yeah.
special packages, I think, also.
Correct. So we have been CCIM members and sponsors for the last 2 years. My dad's been in commercial real estate for a while, so we kind of got our feet wet that way. But yeah, we are the only real estate media company as well that specializes in commercial property. So we do floor plans, site plans, aerial footage, property lines, all of that, you name it. And all of our packages for residential include free drone images. So that's
Really?
built in, you never have to pay for it.
And it's
Yeah.
always there, and it really can separate
Yeah.
you from a listing that's just not it's just not professionally done. And there are a lot of them
Absolutely.
out there. I talked about Disney a little bit because there are a lot of people who buy properties down there to Airbnb. It is happening in Ocala as well. Talk to me about the Airbnb situation in Ocala.
Investors, everybody's looking for them.
Really?
And there's not enough properties available right now. So when a good deal or any deal pops up, there's still multiple offers for them.
Right. And so who is visiting Ocala? Who's renting the Airbnb? What are they coming to Ocala for?
Definitely the equestrian community with the World Equestrian Center now. It's brought so many more visitors to our area, but it's also just brought a lot of more industry, more jobs, more residents, more everything. I mean, it's just so beautiful, and there's so much to do.
It is. And Mohsin, when you talk about getting professional photography done, when you can really separate yourself, whether it's on Airbnb, Vrbo, or a regular MLS listing, I mean, the price, it's going to pay for itself, don't you think?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we photograph 600 square foot studios, and then we photograph $4 million, 7,000 square foot homes. Your marketing budget is based on that, but we try and keep it pretty affordable at any caliber of property to kind of get the most bang for your buck.
And this is one that you've done here.
Yeah.
Very professionally done, as you can tell.
Yeah.
And you just looking at the pictures, I think really attracts the eyeballs, extra eyeballs, when if you didn't have it professionally done.
Absolutely.
Wouldn't attract it. Awesome.
Yeah.
We keep up go ahead, please.
Thanks. No, yeah, we photographed that house. That was, the owner was there. He custom built that home, so he was really emotionally attached to it. And he's like, hey, I want to sell this for the most. Doesn't everyone, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, well, let's see what we can do for you. At a $4 million price point, we said, okay, we can make something happen for you. And I think it's already off the market already. And we shot that 2 weeks ago.
Wow, excellent job. If you're a real estate agent, you need a contact for photography, Mohsin would be happy to talk to you. Call him right now, 407-205-0400. or if you're looking for investment real estate that you would like to Airbnb, you know Elisha Lopez. Call her anytime. She'd be happy to show you all around Ocala and what is for sale up there. Thank you for joining me. Great to see you. Come back again soon. Here's what we will do, a very last quick break. When we return, yes indeed, Miss Florida will be joining us to talk about the upcoming Miss America competition as You Have Real Estate continue.
You can be an agent that struggles to get ahead in the competitive real estate world, or you can learn from the best and achieve success. Visit youhaveafutureinrealestate.com and sign up for the Jumpstart program. Get coaching tips and important tools that will help you jumpstart your real estate career. Sign up today and get 10% off your Jumpstart program when you use code word LEARN. Visit youhaveafutureinrealestate.com today and gain the real estate knowledge you need to succeed.
Hurricane season definitely upon us, and we all think, oh, we'll go to the grocery store and get some water bottles and some paper towels, but there's something important in your house right now that is very important when it comes to hurricane season, and that is your windows. Dan Brigman is here. Renewal by Andersen. Dan, you think about sitting around during a hurricane party or when you're getting through a hurricane with your family, playing a game or whatever you're doing, and when those winds really start to pick up, and you start hearing those windows vibrating, that gets scary. Why don't we think about windows when we think about hurricane prep?
You're absolutely right, Justin. It does get a little nerve-wracking. And one of the reasons we don't is because, you know, when we think about windows, we think about energy savings. We think about, hey, does the thing go up and down? Are there bugs coming in? Is there any water around my windows? And things like that. We don't think about that, you know, an 80, 90 mile an hour wind is enough wind to send something through that window. If you're sitting in there playing Monopoly, send it through the window, hit you, and end of story.
It's not a good thing at all. I put the QR code on the screen right now. Dan has a very special gift for you in preparation for hurricane season to help protect your family by changing and upgrading your windows. Dan, for these people at home, what are you going to do?
Well, I can tell you this, it will not happen again before hurricane season, which we're already in, right? And so it's 20% off of anything and everything that we sell. So that's our windows and our doors. And so get it while you can.
I appreciate it very much, Dan. Great to see you. You will appreciate Renewal by Andersen, I assure you that. This is free, by the way. Hit the QR code on the screen or call the phone number right now. Totally free consultation with their design consultant. Call Renewal by Andersen today. Really great show so far, and really don't sleep on Ocala. I love Elisha Lopez, Ocala Realty World. They're really changing the game up there, and even if you live in Orlando but you're looking to invest, I'm telling you, Ocala, Marion County has a great opportunity for you to invest, and I think now is the time to step away from real estate just a moment. And I've never introduced you on this program to this very special lady to my left. You are right. She is my co-host on Best of Central Florida. Makaila Nichols is here. Hello, Makaila. How are you?
I almost don't like being introduced as your co-host.
Oh, really?
It's like weird.
Is it? What did we say?
This is my co-host.
Well, what am I supposed to say?
This is Makaila Nichols. And
This
she's
is
freaking on.
this is the co-host of Best of Central Florida.
Yeah.
Okay. But I mean, I'm the host, but you can be the host.
So
whatever.
What makes you?
She's
the
also
host?
on Best of Central Florida with me, Makaila Nichols. Hello, Makaila. How are you?
I'm great.
You also have another title in this market. You are the executive director of Miss Orlando.
Yes.
We never talked about that, but you brought a very special guest with you today.
I did.
Go ahead. The floor is yours.
Wow, thank you.
You got it.
So I have brought along a Miss
Co-host.
Florida herself. Thank you, Mr. Clark. Anyway, this is Juliette Valle's first appearance on You Have Real
Hi,
Estate,
Juliette.
Miss
How are
Florida.
you?
Hi, Jessica.
Miss
How are
Florida.
you?
Miss Florida.
So excited to be here.
We were both at the competition back in Lakeland a couple months ago, and I was like screaming. I was so excited you won
You
because
were.
I've kind of followed your journey along with Makaila. Congratulations on now to Miss America coming up here in a couple months as well.
So excited for that.
How do you feel? How do you feel about everything?
I'm so excited. I was so elated to see you too. I was talking about it earlier with you guys. You were like the first people I saw. I'm so excited I can barely talk. And I was just overwhelmed by the support, and it's been so exciting. And the preparation is essentially my full-time job in addition to all my other duties, but it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, and I didn't know much about pageants or competitions, or I really didn't. Like I'm like most regular dudes. I mean, Miss America, Miss it got confusing for us. It really did. But I got to see sort of the ground up, watching what you did, all the way to seeing Juliette become Miss Florida, and it is a pretty amazing organization. I'll let you both talk about it.
I mean, it's incredible. I mean, you've been competing for a long, long time.
8 years, twice as a teen and 3 times as a miss. So I had a 3-year gap in there at some point, but yes. And it really has developed me into the person I am today. Like, I can fully say that. And having executive directors like Makaila, like having her to look up to, like, we're so close in age, and yet she played such a key role in my development as a title holder and really helped prep me. And beyond like the tangible things, like, it's just the mindset that they provide you. And this scholarship organization brings people together. It really helps, you know, young women come out of their shells rather. It's truly phenomenal.
Yeah, and there are a lot of scholarships available too. I know you got scholarships.
Yes, I won $20,000 when I won the title of Miss Florida, and then thousands of other additional dollars throughout my years of competing. So that's going to help me pay off graduate school, because I also have a faculty scholarship for law school. So, you know, that in turn will leave me with very little to none student debt.
You know what they say when someone says, "Should I go to law school or not?" Right?
No, what do they say?
Like, practice this. ADSB, become an optometrist. That's what they say.
Okay.
But
Okay.
but I'm a lawyer.
So that's
I'm
cool.
allowed to say that.
So anyway, so sometimes
This
obviously
is the most I've laughed in an interview ever.
It's good. You're amongst friends. But no, quick
True.
question. So maybe someone's watching and they're a little bit nervous to compete, because obviously not everyone can be Miss Florida. Not everyone can win a local title. Like, what advice do you give yourself when you don't necessarily win the competition?
Well, I would say I've been in that position. I've lost the title of Miss Florida twice to very incredible winners. So I knew when I watched both Leah and Lindsay win, this is what I want to be like. And I modeled myself after them. They're actually 2 of my best friends, so I had that connection to them. But really, I just look at all the young women I compete with as role models. And I think that's very important to remember that, yes, winning, of course, is the dream. That's what I was pursuing. But this was probably going to be my last year competing, considering I was going to law school, and then I would begin practicing law after. So I didn't know if that was going to be on the path for me. But I knew that I'd learned so much. I had gained so many, you know, valuable qualities. So I would have walked away feeling very content. I think that's the best way to look at it. I, you know, fortunately was able to accomplish my dream. But even if I hadn't been able to, I would have gained so very much. And I think all the young women should have that mentality. But I truly do think any young lady, if she really sets her mind to it and has the best intentions for the organization, can and really should become Miss Florida.
What do you do between now and Miss America? What will you be doing?
Lots of preparation. So I'm training physically. I'm training mentally, really. I'm keeping up on current events. I'm still going to be in online graduate school right now. So that's also going to be a challenge, balancing everything. But certainly preparing for that national competition. It's going to be a lot of work, but representing my home state, you know, where I've lived my whole life the best that I can, is a huge priority for me.
Awesome. Keep up the great work. Look forward to watching you at Miss America this year.
We talked about so much real estate.
I
love it.
yes, exactly. Juliette, Makaila, great to meet you on this program,
great
of
to
course,
meet you.
as well. A wonderful singer, Juliette is. Special thanks to Melissa and Alicia from Ocala Realty World. Also, Mohsin, the photographer, doing great work out there. Thank you to our amazing WKMG-based crew. Dallas Lehman also standing by if you want to get pre-approved right now. Thank you for joining me every weekend. We will leave you with Juliette singing some music to you. See you again next week for more You Have Real Estate.
The proceeding was a paid advertisement. The views expressed were the sole responsibility of the advertiser.